actually like watching like The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? Season 2. You know what I mean? I'm not like capping. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Anyway, so yeah, I'ma like watch like Welcome to Dairy. You know what I'm saying? I mean like and I'm gonna watch it on HBO Max. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean like shoot, I didn't have no idea that it was like, even don't know because I wasn't even paying attention. You know shit? For real though. So I'm gonna watch it on there or whatever. And like the series kicks off like on like October the 26th. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that for real. You know what I'm saying? For real though. But anyway, I have like what I'm saying, two like more episodes on like Black Rabbit, and I like like gonna watch today or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? For real though. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, I mean like because I know I kept on saying I'ma watch it and watch it, and then next thing you know, I just like jump on my game, play and shit. I just decided to like watch it or whatever when I what I mean. Real though. Anyway, I found a way how to like get this dude. You know what I'm saying? Real though. I mean, I'm like what I'm saying. All I have to do is use the like trank gun. You know what I'm saying? But like what I mean, I'm gonna have to like hit dude with one trank, and I'm gonna have to hit the billboard with the other trank. The dude that's sitting in the chair, I'm gonna have to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to knock him out. You know what I mean? So when know it's like, oh help! It's like, you know what I mean? For real though. And then I have to hide the bodies. You know what I'm saying? For real though, because I don't want them to get spotty. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, then I want like take care of them. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean like I'm not playing. I'm just keeping that bang. You know what I'm saying? For real. I got to go here and do this to him. I'm for real about that game. You know what I mean? I mean like yeah, I found a way how to like do this over there. You know what I'm saying? Try to like do it like 3 or 4 times like yesterday. Like one time it like worked. You know what I'm saying? But the other 3 times it didn't even want to work. It didn't work at all. I'm like, what the heck is going on there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's tell me then act like that. For real though. So yeah, I just like came down off it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like watch the series for a bit or whatever whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm glad he didn't like stop it on there like that. You know what I'm saying? For real though, and he brought like Twan back to life in the series. You know what I mean? For real though, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because like him and TZ is like friends again. And I don't know how to explain that. You know what I mean? I mean, like, yeah, it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? For real, though. Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy as ever. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, yeah, I wonder if he gonna bring, like, you know, Zell Marie back in something. You know what I mean? For real, though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that means president everything. You know what I mean? For real, though. Anyway, so, yeah, it's just like, summers or whatever whatnot, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm like, up there like chilling, you know what I'm saying? Made it to the 4th episode, you know what I mean? For real though, up on there. And I'm glad I did, you know what I'm saying? For real though. So I think like tomorrow I'm like, finish I'm gonna finish watching or whatever whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I mean like to yeah, I mean like I'm seeing all the stuff I saw when Joe like died and all that stuff. That's clear real though. You know what I mean? Real. And I wanted to watch it for a while, you know that shit? For real though. You know what I'm saying? But bloods kept on getting broken and all that stuff, so I'm like, I stopped all that. I'm like, nope. put a stop to it. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no, nah, nope. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You get crumpled or something, bro. I'm like, nah. And oh my goodness. But anyway, that's besides the point. Now I know I saw like Jay up there playing this scary game or whatever whatnot, and it's like he had that like take care of these spirits, what like uh, gun and a knife and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like the last like monster that he was like facing. Like, you know what I mean? That mud just moves slow as ever. You know what I mean? And like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Once it catches up to him, it slams like this. Like, arms down on him. Like, boom! Like, dude, the other ghost, like, you know what I'm saying? Pulled his character apart. You know what I mean? Around him. He been there and had a, like, dude up in there, dressed up like the Fonz or whatever, all the happy days. You know what I mean? He shanked him with a knife. Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. It was crazy as ever, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. It was really something, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, yeah, I was watching that or whatever, and yes, it was, like, entertaining, or whatever, whatnot, you know what I mean? For real though. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm, like, just, like, checking out a whole bunch of people with them, you know what I mean? For real though. Anyway, so, yeah, I was, like, I remember I, like, saw with Jazz, like, up there, put something in, like, carry his bag or whatever, whatnot. And like, oh no, it was like cereal. It was Fruit Loops. You know what I'm saying? She put Fruit Loops in her bag with some milk and started eating it. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? When she saw that, she was mad as ever. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy as ever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like, she got on her about that. Like, don't. I'm like, why you do that? For real though. And then he tried to give her a spoon, saying, "Do you want some?" It was crazy. I'm like, oh, you can't move serious. For real though. But anyway, that was some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, they did their thing in Miami or whatever. It was on, like, I think it was a yacht or something. You know what I'm saying? Up there just, like, listening to old music and all that. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not talking about, like, the old music from, like, the 50s or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like, the, music from 1999 or like what I'm saying, from 1990s or something like that, from the 2000s and all that, you know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm serious. I'm keeping in the band with y'all, you know what I mean? For real though, they was doing their thing or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? All up in Miami, you know what I'm saying? For real though. I think it was like on her birthday or something like that. Nah, it wasn't. They did something else on her birthday. Nah, I mean, but for real, they was like, you know what I'm saying? They did celebrate or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? For real though, I think it was. I think it was in Miami for her birthday though. You know what I'm saying? For real though, because I remember, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Perry gave her, like, two presents and all that, and they, like, had a big old cake, and they sung happy birthday to her and all that, you know what I'm saying? For real, they was just doing their thing, you know what I mean? For real, though. Anyway, so, yeah, they was just chilling, they was doing their thing, you know what I mean? For real, though. Anyway, so, now, like, I want to talk to y'all about some important stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? And this is really important. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, eating fast is like, if you eat fast, like eat minutes of speed, you know what I'm saying? And it get caught down there, it's not over with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I should just like, pat the back of your neck, alright? And don't do that, or don't do that. Do this. that's gonna like, save your life, because that's gonna make the food go down. You feel me? For real though. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, hit the bell on notification so you see my next upload and my next post, and I'll make sure I make another one tomorrow. And oh yeah, you can check out my previous videos if you like. So long, farewell, goodbye.